Holly. Today, I'm going to be opening up this toy. Now, I have literally had this thing for over a year, I want to say, and I have not opened it because I wanted to make sure that I could do this thing justice in the filming. I first saw this on Instagram and I freaked out because it is essentially a Toy Story robot slash, I mean, it looks like a Transformer. When I first saw it, I was like, it's a Toy Story Transformer. But basically, it's a bunch of toys. So there's a Woody, a Bullseye, a Rex, a Ham, a Slink, and they all come together to make one big robot, which is literally the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It is by the brand Bandai, and I believe these are called Chogokins. I don't think I'm saying that right. It is Japanese. Of course, all the best toys come from Japan. So this thing is huge. So just to show the box, like, look how cool and epic this looks. So this one is the Sheriff Woody one, and there's also a Buzz Lightyear one that comes with like the aliens. And if you have both of them, you can transform them into one mega robot. So I may just have to get the other one after I open this one and make one mega robot. I don't know. We'll see how this one goes, but look how cool this is. Like, I'm so excited. I don't know why I've waited this long to open it, but let's get into it. Oh my gosh, this looks so cool. So we have the box, which has the cloud print. So cool. I love Toy Story. If you're new to my channel, I am obsessed with Toy Story. So when I saw this, I had to get it. We get the instructions on how to put it together, which I'm definitely going to need, and I hope this is not too hard to put together. This is literally a book. Look how much instructions there are. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so complicated, I have a feeling. Let me just slide it. Oh my gosh! So here are the figures. Let's take a look at them by themselves, and then, oh my gosh, this is so nicely packaged. Oh my gosh, look at all of them in there. So cool! So I realized that this book was at the very bottom of the styrofoam. So before I get into the pieces, I just want to look at this. This is a really nice hardcover book. And look at this. So cool. Now it says Super Combine Gangrate King, which I don't really know what Gangrate King means, but I mean, this is like the most epic, cool thing ever. So there's a Sheriff one. And there's the Buzz one, which I may have to get after this. Oh my gosh, look! It's like a little children's book. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. So there's like Japanese and English. Should I read this now? Maybe I'll read this at the end of the video. So if you want to see this. Oh my gosh, it's so cool! Look at the pictures! Like, just this is so amazing! Oh my gosh, there's like a whole story to it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna read this at the end of the video, but this is the coolest thing ever. Okay, here we have the Woody figure, and this thing is heavy. Like, I don't know if this is, I think this is actually made out of metal. Like his legs. I don't know, it feels very heavy. Oh my gosh, look at his little face. These are so detailed separately, so it's crazy to me that these then turn into one big robot. Like, how cool is this? He has these really cool looking spurs. Oh my gosh, the spurs move! That is so awesome. I'm gonna say awesome and cool like a million times. So there's even a little bit of articulation in his feet. And then his legs, I think. Do they bend? I think his legs come apart separately. I'm sure we'll get into it. Okay, his arm just bent backward. So he has a lot of movement because obviously we're going to be bending him up into a noodle to get him together. Oh, look, he has his little drawstring. This is so detailed. He has his little sheriff star and his belt. Oh my gosh. This is the coolest thing ever. Then we have Bullseye, who is huge. His face looks a little funny because he has these things on the side of it because that's, I think, going to be part of the robot. I mean, it still looks like him, though. He has his little hooves. So there is the sheriff star and the belt of the robot are underneath Bullseye. And then he has like these like rockets on him. This is like if an alien like built a bullseye robot. Like, oh my gosh. Here is the Woody next to the bullseye. I think that he can actually like sit on him. Yeah. Look at that. That's so funny. So even apart, not in the robot, they can interact with each other, which is really cool. Next we have Slinky, or Slink. His feet are funny. They're like little tank wheels. And then he has like a big thing coming out of his butt. His tail looks really cool. Oh, does he? Oh. So he kind of goes in and out a little bit. And then we have his ears move. His face is spot on. I cannot wait to see them all come together into the robot. Then we have Ham, and Ham looks super mechanical. It looks like the evil Dr. Porkchop version of Ham. Like, look at his nose. It's like all these metal components. And there's his little cork, a little gold cork. His little hooves. Like, everything looks so mechanical. This is awesome. So there's Ham. Then we have Rex, and this is huge. Like, look how big this is. Oh my gosh, his tail is so cool. Oh, there's like a thing that comes out his butt. Okay. Oh my gosh, and then his little hands. And his mouth. Oh my gosh, his face. Like, these look like the characters, like, even though they're rough. Like, you can still, like, really see the detail they put into this. Is his mouth open? Rah. So that opens. Okay. I won't try to take it apart too much because we're about to do that here in a second. But this is, like, the coolest thing ever right now. This is the last thing that was in the box, and I didn't know what it was at first because it was in the box like this. At first I thought it was like a belt, but now I'm just realizing that it's Woody's hat. So that's really cool. Does it go on his head? There's like a little peg. Oh my gosh, and these flaps go up and down. It almost reminds me of like a Lego. So now that I've taken all of the pieces out, I'm gonna start attempting to put all of this together. So this is the first thing we need to do is take off his hat and do some stuff with his arms. I'm not gonna show every single step because it's probably gonna take a really long time, but I'll kind of film it while I do it and then maybe fast forward. As I was picking up Woody, I lifted this up on accident and look, that's the little face of the guy, of the robot. Isn't that cool? I'm dying. So there he is, my finished Chogokin, my Toy Story robot. He is so freaking cool. Just the pure level of detail they put into these things, like the little coin on Ham and the freaking wagon toy box, like that was so cool to see in there. And just every single little tiny thing. I just realized that there's Ham's little tail on his foot. Just so cool. Like, I feel like every time I look at this, I'm going to find something new. It was actually easier to put together than I initially thought it was going to be. There were a few pieces that I was a little bit confused on, but the directions were really clear, and I didn't have too much of a hard time putting it together. My only criticism is that the top half isn't incredibly sturdy because it's not being held together by much. It's pretty much just two little teeny tiny pins that go into Woody, and then a thing that goes around his neck. Like, that's all that's holding this whole top part onto him. And you can kind of see, I don't know if you can tell, you can see him kind of poking through there because I couldn't get his head all the way down. Like, it was just a little bit like fine-tuning things that I probably just need to fiddle with. But overall, like, this thing is so cool. I think this is like the most amazing Toy Story toy ever, because then you can take it apart if you want to and then have each individual character again. Also, I just wanted to mention that put together, he stands about 9 inches tall. So this is a pretty big robot. Now it is story time. Super Combine Gangrate King. It was just another day in the city where Woody and Buzz Lightyear live, until a giant Trixie suddenly appeared. The mighty Japanese robot, Transitron, fought valiantly to protect the city, but Trixie was just too strong. Who can stop her? She's gonna wreck the whole town. Things were looking bleak, and that's when the town sheriff Woody showed up. Joined by his trusty friends Bullseye, Slinky Dog, Rex, and Ham, the 5 merged into an incredible new hero. They formed the giant robot combination Woody Robo Sheriff Star. That's a really long name. And leapt into battle alongside Transitron. Woody Robo launched the Star Wrapper from his left arm, forming a powerful energy barrier to trap giant Trixie inside. Then, Transitron fired his missiles. Woody and Transitron shouted victoriously, "We got her! You aren't getting away now!" Finally, they could relax. Or so they thought, because just then, Giant Trixie started to get even gianter. Like, literally, they said gianter. Okay. She sucked up all the energy from Woody Robo's energy field, then spit it right back out and went on a rampage again. What'll we do? Bonnie and her friend Kai, visiting from Japan, picked up their toys and thought hard about how they could help save the city. With perfect timing, Buzz Lightyear and his alien friends flew to the rescue. They combined with the same shuttle that carried them there from outer space. To infinity and beyond! Buzz, the aliens, and the shuttle formed the combination Buzz, the Space Ranger Robo. Space Ranger Robo unleashed its invincible Space Freeze beam at Giant Trixie, freezing her in her tracks. Now was their chance. Transit Wing! Shouted Transitron, transforming himself into Transit King. That gave Woody Robo and Space Ranger Robo an incredible idea. Woody and his friends combined into a super duper robot, the bigger than big super combination Gangrate King. Gangrate King climbed into Transit King's back. "Let's finish this," he shouted as the pair launched themselves at Giant Trixie. The sight of the mighty combination finally tamed the ferocious Giant Trixie. "We did it," said Kai. "Everything's back to normal." "Thanks, everyone," said Bonnie, smiling. "Peace returns to the city once again." The toys silently congratulated each other over their great work, too. And the best part was, the fun was just getting started. And then the last pages of the book are talking about the toys. So yes, I may have to get the combination Buzz, the Space Ranger Robo, to make the giant one, because it looks really cool. So that's it for this video. I had so much fun with this, and the book was really, really cool. I didn't know it came with the book, so that's really awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.